Hello, BookTube viewers. Welcome to Crystal Clear Book Reviews. I'm thinking maybe I need to change my name because I don't do as many reviews as I should on this BookTube, but that's a story for a different day. And I know I promised I would do weekly book reviews, and I still intend to do that, but I ended up moving in the middle of the month, so that was yes, I did another move. I don't know what. I'm a gypsy, okay? I don't know what's wrong with me. We'll be happy in a place for a month or two, and then I'm like, I gotta move. Well, this is the last move for a while, I hope. Anyways, we're gonna start off with our April book wrap-up and book haul. April book wrap-up and book haul. That's what we're starting with today. There was only 2 books that I read in April. My work has had me non-stop and I didn't have time to read. So that was kind of irritating, and I've been off for a little bit. So I had a little bit of time to read. Wasn't as much as I wanted to, but hopefully that will be remedied over the summertime because I'm way behind on my TBR, on my book challenge on Goodreads, which is not a good thing for me. By this time last year, I was way past where I should have been. I was halfway done over halfway done my book challenge by this time last year. I just had a birthday on April 30th, so happy birthday to me. I didn't get any books for my birthday, which is not normal because usually my mom will send me money and I'll go get books. But this time I actually got a planner so I can plan my booktubes better. So let's just get to it. My first book that I read in April was Where I Live Now by Sharon Batalla. Such a pretty cover. I love this cover. It's an ARC that was sent to me by Simon & Schuster, and it was an amazing memoir. I wish I had read this faster because it was a quick read when I actually got to read it, but I'm glad that it took me as long as it did because it gave me a chance to really sink the information into my head and let me know, it let me get how I felt about it out while I was still reading it. Sometimes, when I read a book, it'll take me a few weeks to really cope with the book and sort my feelings out afterwards. And I read so many books in a year that sometimes it takes me weeks to just absorb what I read and get my feelings out, and I'll write a book review weeks after I did it. But I'm actually ready to write the book review on my blog, which I'll link down below, about this book. It was a really amazing memoir. I liked it because I could relate to the places. I've been to most of the places talked about in this book. I lived in Calgary, which is where the author lives now. I've been to the small town in Saskatchewan where she is from, where the ranch is on, and I could just resonate with this book because I'm a Canadian and I've been to the places that are talked about in this book. So for me, it's more of a personal journey than anything. I could relate to some of the grief that she felt over her husband dying, not that particular, but just grief in general. I could relate to that. So I would recommend this book for anybody looking for a memoir to read and who's read Sharon Batalla's prior books. I've never read any of her prior books, but I am going to go look for one because I know she has a couple and she is a great writer. So that's my take on that one. And the other book that I read in April, I'm not quite finished it, but I am almost finished it, is Megan Miranda's The Perfect Stranger. I am loving this book. I read All the Missing Girls and I was like, I need to read the next book that she writes because Megan Miranda is an amazing writer. Right off the hop, she's never written anything but YA fiction, and she wrote All the Missing Girls for an adult fiction last year, which I got an ARC of. from Goodreads, and I really enjoyed it, and I gave it 5 stars. And then now this one, I'm also going to give 5 stars because I don't know what people are talking about on Goodreads. A lot of people didn't think that the second book was as good as the first, but her writing is like, it brings you right in. Like, it's nothing like I've ever read in an author before. And I read a lot of good authors. Like, Stephen King is a type of author that brings you right in, but I've never actually felt like I'm in the middle of Stephen King's story. And he's one of my favorite authors. And I said this before on my Goodreads before. I have never felt this way about an author like I do about Megan Miranda's books. And I encourage people to pick this up. It is about a girl who moves in with her friend, and she goes missing, and all these people by the end of it are making her feel like she's crazy and that she didn't really move in with this girl and she made it all up in her head. And honestly, if you read all the missing girls and it goes backwards from the time they were missing to like from when they found them to when they went missing, this is not like that. It doesn't go backwards, it goes forwards, but it really makes you think, like, on the psychoanalytical level. So I do recommend this book. Now on to my book haul for April. I'm so excited to show you because I talked about how I needed to get the books for the covers of this book that matched the cover of this book. So, the 1st of April, you know what I did? I went and got both the Mime Order and Bone Season in the covers that match that cover. So now, I have these 2 beautiful covers, and this to go along with this beautiful cover. And I also have the Arc of the Mime Order in the collector's cover, and the Bone Season in the collector's cover. So now I need to get Song Rising in the cover that matches this one and this one. And then I will have both collections, and I don't usually buy double books. Usually if I have the covers of one and they don't match the other covers of the books that come out, I don't care. I won't go buy them or spend my money on them because there's no reason for me to own 2 sets of books. But for this series, I actually had to do that because I just love the look of these 2 books. They are so beautiful. Like, they're so classic and nice, and I just can't wait to read these 2 again. Like, I haven't even read the Bone Season yet, so I'm not sure if I'll read the hardcover version of it, which I probably won't because I don't really like hardcovers, or if I'll read this one. But I will be reading this soon because I want to start the Song Rising because I've been waiting for it since this book came out. So that's those 2. And then I picked up The Shadow Queen, which is a retelling of, I think, Snow White. Yeah, it's a Snow White retelling. And I've heard lots of good things about this, and my book club last month read this book. And I think it was last month, yeah. It was recently. The book club, the YA book club that I'm a part of, with my friend Jen, who is at The Bookish Ginger. If you'd like to check out her YouTube channel, I will link that down below. The Shadow Queen. So I got that book because it's been on my TBR for a long time, like at least a year. So I had to pick it up. It was on sale. Who can pass up a good sale? I can't. And then I got this one because it was $6. Like, look at that, $6 for the wrong side of right, which has also been on my TBR for a long time, and I still hadn't picked it up. So I saw it on sale, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick this book up because it was on sale, and I needed the points. which by the way, I'm almost to $50 in points, which is quite a lot of books, if you know what I mean. For any Canadians out there who go to Indigo, you'll know what I mean when I say points. So on to the Goodreads ARCs and first reads that I got over the month of April. The first one is called The Enchanters by K.F. Bradshaw, and I honestly just entered this giveaway because I liked the cover. I don't know. They say don't judge a book by the cover, but I do. I honestly will enter giveaways if the cover's pretty. And it's signed by the author, so that's nice. It's a collector's edition. And then I somehow got 2 copies of this. One is signed, which I probably won't read. I'll just put it on my shelf because it is signed. So, and I also got another copy days in between each other. So I don't know how that happened, but it happened. And then I got After the Fall by Julie Cohen, which I'm excited to read because it looks pretty good. And yeah, I got a letter from St. Martin's Press saying thanks, congrats on winning your advanced copy, and I just keep them in the book usually because I like to know where they came from and who to write to. The next one is Every Last Lie by Mary Kubica. Books and Lala, Kayla from Books and Lala has talked about this in her her April Reads wrap-up thing. I'll link her video YouTube channel down below if you'd like to check her out. She said she liked this book, and I'm really excited because she had she read the e-reader the ebook version of it, but I have a physical copy that I was sent to by Goodreads. Again, it was a Goodreads win, and so I'm super excited because she liked it, and I usually like the same type of books as she does, so I'm excited to read this because she liked this book. So I'm glad to hear that she did like it. And the last one I got is called Burntown by Jennifer McMahon, and I don't know what this is about, but I like the title. I don't know. I liked the cover, so I wanted to read it, but I don't know. I don't know what this is about. I'm not going to read it, the back of it, while I'm on video. I'm hoping that it's good, so I'll let you know when I actually read it, which I probably won't get to this month, but within the next couple of months I'll probably end up reading it. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye now.